This is the Become a Pro Surfer Wakelet webinar, where we'll go over some tips and tricks in the next hour. So yeah, let us know where you join us from today. It's one of our favorite things, seeing people join from all over the world. So yeah, we're excited for this one too. Right, I think most people are joining on. So I think most people are here, so we'll go ahead and get going. So I'll go ahead and share my screen. 1 second. So yes, like I just said, this is the Become a Wakelet Pro Surfer webinar. So this is the second part of what we do in the two-part series. Hello to everyone again, if you're joining from yesterday's webinar. What we do on Tuesdays is we do a beginner's guide session, which is kind of just understanding Wakelet for the first time for some, or just kind of going over the basics and how it works, what Wakelet is. And then this webinar, we like to go into kind of the more meaty parts of Wakelet, more of the fun parts, how we fit into some integrations and stuff, and you will take away some expert and advanced kind of tips and tricks. So in today's session, we've got myself, James, and Callum, who'll be going through this, and we'll be showing you through how, firstly, to make kind of the ultimate Wakelet profile, tips and tricks on that, how to make it the best it can be. Then, this is one of our favorite bits, we go over our favorite key features on Wakelet. That includes collaboration, the copy feature, Microsoft's immersive reader, which is a big one, and also a little trick of adding collections into collections. We'll then go over a few integrations with your favorite apps, how Wakelet fits with your into your workflow. And then last but not least, we actually show you through the Wakelet extension. And Callum's got a few more tips and tricks on that up his sleeve that he'll show you later on. So yeah, this is the Pro Surfer webinar. This may be a bit more advanced if you are joining us as a new user. But yeah, please feel free to join us on Tuesdays for the beginner's guide if this is too advanced. If not, please stay around and you'll be sure to learn at least one new thing, I'm sure. And yeah, throughout, please ask your questions. Myself and Callum will be switching around and looking after the chat box at the bottom. And then also, if you have a question, please use the Q&A box too. That just makes it super easy for us to answer any questions you have and get them answered. So without further ado, let's go into the first bit, which is how to create the ultimate profile on Wakelet. Any questions you have throughout this, please put them in the Q&A box. Cal will be there to answer them. So just to go over, if you're not already sure, when you first go to Wakelet, when you log in or sign up, you land on your home area. So the home area, again, for anyone that doesn't know, is a place that kind of contains everything only you can see. It contains your collections, which are these squares here with the images, titles, and they have items inside. So basically anything with a link or a URL is added inside of here. It could be an article, a YouTube video, a tweet, basically anything from the web you can add into a collection. So the home area is for your eyes only. And if you were in the beginner's guide session, you will know that there's two parts to the site. There's the home area, which is this, which is again for your eyes only. And then there's a public profile as well that is for everyone else to see. So you see, I can click my picture here or in the top right. You may need to move my face for this. That goes through to your public profile. And think of this as you would a Facebook profile, your Instagram page, your Twitter page. This is the page that everyone sees. It is public. First of all, on this, just like those other sites, you'll have a header image, profile picture, name, a username, a bio about yourself, and also social links that you can link out to your website and so on. And then below are the collections that you've made public. So I've made a lot of collections public here, but then also there's a lot that behind the scenes that you saw in my home area. So your public, unlisted, and private collections are all in your home area. Only your public appear on your public profile. So what we want to show you now is firstly how to edit your credentials here. So to edit anything on your page, go ahead and click Edit Profile. Inside of here, you can change your header, change your profile image inside of here, pick whatever you like. Add your name so that people know who you are. Your username is very similar to your name, but this is like you would on kind of Twitter, Instagram. This is just easily searchable so people can easily find you. So what we do recommend is you keep it the same as your Twitter handle if you use that quite often, just so people can easily find you. And you can type that in the search box at the top of Wakelet. Then the bio, very simple. It's just an area for you to explain yourself, a little bio about yourself, but also about your page as well. So you can mention your job role, who you are, what you do, and what people can expect from your page below with those public collections. And last but not least, you can actually add your social links. So I've added my Twitters, Instagram, and LinkedIn. However, you could add your own website. You could add a link to anything you like. Whatever you want to direct people to when they land on your page, you can do just that. Just like on Wakelet, copy and paste the link, add it inside of here, and click save, and they'll appear at the bottom. So yeah, you can edit any of these anytime as well. They're not set in stone, not concrete. You can change them anytime. Go ahead and click save, and then they're saved there. The next bit, and this is really getting into kind of the ultimate superstar profile on Wakelet, is using sections to organize your public collections. So all these collections here on my public profile, again, they're public, so everyone can see them. People can search them on Google, people can search them on Wakelet, and people can find them on your page. So that's they're public. So before sections, these are just all scattered around, and I have teachers viewing my page, I have my family, my friends viewing my page, and also other people on Wakelet. So what I want to do was I want to organize these into sections that people could easily navigate through. So you'll see above these collections here, I have a little section for each one, whether that's education resources, travel, sports, and music. And I've just simply moved the relevant collections under those headers, under those sections. And you'll see on the left-hand side, this works as like a website navigation bar. If you land on my page and you're just interested in travel, you can click travel and you'll go straight to that travel section with all those travel collections. Same with education resources and so on. How you can set these up, again, it's really, really simple. Go ahead and click edit profile. And then inside of here, this time we're not editing the credentials on our profile, we're adding some sections. So here at the bottom, yours will be blank, so you click add new section. We'll go ahead and give it a name. So we'll say test, so give your section a name. That'll go right to the top. And you'll see there, it says there's no collections in this section at the minute. So all you need to do to move them across into another section is hover over the collection, click, and then you can choose which section you'd like to move it to. So for now, I'll move to test, like so, simple as that. And again, I'll just move it back for now. You can actually also drag and drop within the section to reorder them if you like. So I'll pull that one first. You can also edit the section at any time. So if you change to test 23, like so, you see it updates in real time. Change that back if I want to. You can actually also reorder your sections. So I want education resources right at the top, like so. And you can also delete the sections if you wish as well. So it's really, really simple. And again, this is just to add more organization to your profile so people can easily navigate it. Once you're happy with them, you've moved them into sections, click save, and you are done. And you can see how nice it looks, really nice and easy for people to navigate through. And then last but not least, once you're happy with this ultimate profile, go ahead and click share. Next to that edit profile button, click share, share this with your students, with your parents, with your community, your colleagues, via social media, classrooms, remind, using a QR code, or simply just share this via email or wherever. So that is the first step in really to making an amazing ultimate Wakelet profile. Callum, are there any questions so far?
Nope, no questions so far regarding that.
That sounds perfect then. So yeah, any questions throughout, like I said at the beginning, just please let us know. We're super keen to answer anything. The best thing about these live webinars is you can ask anything you like and get them answered, hopefully in real time. If not, we'll answer via the chat. But yeah, let's move swiftly on then. What we go on to next is the key features of Wakelet. So we've highlighted 4 main ones. We could be here all day talking about all the features we have and all the things we're introducing to the platform, but we thought we'd introduce 4 key features to you today that you can start using tomorrow and that will really impact how you use Wakelet. And the first one, obviously there's 4 here. The first one is collaboration, which is amazing. We get asked about collaboration all the time, especially in the beginner's guide. If many of you are probably here following on from that, asking about collaboration. So over the next 15 minutes, Callum is going to wow you with how collaboration works on Wakelet, how you can use it, and then show you some examples as well. So yeah, Callum, over to you.
Thank you. Let me just reply to that one person real quick. Actually, could you just reply to that person I was typing to there in the chat on my question?
Yes, no worries.
Thank you. So can you see my screen, James?
Yep, I can.
Okay, great.
I see you.
Yeah, thank you. So yeah, this is just taking us to one of our main features, which is collaboration. And just to cover sort of what we can see here on the screen, once you've made your collection, there's a few options of what you can actually do with the collection. So you can share this collection with other people just so that they can view it. So if I hit share here, I can then send this link to my teachers, my students, colleagues, friends, parents, and they can just view this collection. But in certain situations and maybe certain lessons, you might want to invite other people to actually contribute their own links within this collection. So maybe you're doing a research project, you want to maybe crowdsource some resources from your PLN. You maybe want some parents to maybe add some links into things that they've taught their kids during remote learning, them types of things. You might want to invite people to join this collection as a contributor. So to do that, I'm just going to show you on this collection that I put together yesterday. This is actually the collection I put together yesterday on the beginner's guide to Wakelet webinar, in case you joined that and you recognize this video. But once I hit the invite button and I want to invite other people, it'll come up with this screen, and I'll just talk through the options that you can see on here. So I'll explain. So Wakelet collaboration is really, really good just because it works for people that are both signed up to Wakelet and those that are not signed up to Wakelet as well. So it doesn't matter whether you have a Wakelet account or not, you'll be able to join a collection and join as a contributor and be able to submit links. But first of all, I'll just talk about how you can join when you're signed up to Wakelet. And I'll run through really quickly how you can join when you've not signed up and as a guest. So first of all, once I click that invite button, I'll just go through it again. If I click the invite button, it will come through to this modal. And there's a few different options here that you can see. So I'll just run through these one by one. But if you share this link with somebody and they have a Wakelet account, they'll just go straight through to the collection. It'll then be stored into their group collections on their home area. So let me just duplicate this tab and let me just go to wakelet.com again, just to show you where you can see this. Bear with me a second. So when you join that link as a signed in user, that group collection or that collaborative collection that you've joined will then appear in your group collections. So then you can go back at any time in the future, see other contributions that other people have added, maybe go back in and add something else. It's loading a little bit. Yeah, so as you can see here, these are all collections that I've joined with other people. So a few of these are ones that I've joined with some of the Wakelet team, some with other teachers in our community and so on. But yeah, these are all the collections that I've joined or I've created and invited other people to. And I can just re-access these at any point. The second way of inviting people is via the code. So as you can see here, there is a copyable code. It's up to you which way you want to invite people. But if I copy this code and send this to somebody that's signed up to Wakelet, all they have to do is go to the group collections area and then type in that code in this code box here, and they'll just automatically join and be able to contribute. You can also share a QR code. So maybe they want to scan this on their device. It'll take them straight through to the collection. They'll join it and then they can re-access it again in the group collections area. And finally, just on inviting people that are signed up, you can actually follow people on Wakelet. So I follow quite a lot of people already. But if I wanted to invite James, for example, to join my collection, I can just hit the invite button and maybe select a few different people. And then that will send James an invite to his email address. Once he sees that and he clicks the accept, like accept to join the collection, you can join that collection straight away and then again, re-access that in his group collections area. So that's how to sort of invite people that have Wakelet accounts. And I'll just show you how to actually invite people that don't have Wakelet accounts just to cover all bases. But this is really good when maybe you're inviting teachers that are not too familiar with Wakelet, and you might want to maybe introduce Wakelet in a bit of an introductory way where you just give them a little bit of a snippet of Wakelet by joining as a guest, and then they can learn it a little bit and then join afterwards. Or maybe you're actually wanting to invite students to add their research, add their work, anything like that. You can just share this collaborative link. So just to show you how this works, if I go to sort of Wakelet as a signed out user, just to show you, and I paste this link, if I go to this link, it will just serve me with a pop-up for me to add my name. So as it loads, it will say, please add your name or something like that. I'll add Callum just for now and click add. I am now joining this collection as a guest. And as you'll see, it'll just take me, first of all, to view the collection. just so I can see maybe what other contributors have added, what the owner of the collection has added, just to maybe make sure that I'm not adding something that someone else has added, or take inspiration from what's in there already. Once I'm ready to go in and edit, I can just click the edit button, and I can actually add my own links. So I'll just add another Google link just as an example, and hit add. So as you can see, once I added that link in, it will say added by you with a timestamp. And if I go back to the collection as the owner, it should say added by Callum, because I added that as my name originally. So I just hit done on that. Well, when you add links into Wakelet, they are automatically saved. So you don't have to worry about maybe a student added something, forgetting to hit save, and it doesn't go into your collection. It should just go in automatically and in real time, as per our sort of update yesterday. So for those of you that don't know, I think James mentioned it at the beginning of the call, we added a new feature which allows you to see updates happen in real time. If I just go back to this collection and view it, 1 second, let me just load this. This link that I just added in the sort of incognito window should then appear in my collection here. So bear with me a second. So yeah, so as you see, I added this link before. It says added by Callum, June 17 and 2020. So it just gives me a timestamp of when they've added it. And just the final ways are very similar to what I showed you before. You can actually invite someone by a code or a QR code. So if you wanted to invite someone by a code that for a user that signed out, all they will have to do is go to wakelet.com and enter the code, very similar to if you was somebody with a Wakelet account, and you just join that the same way. It'll come up with requesting for your name. You'll enter that in and you'll go straight in and be able to add your own items. And just to cover a few different questions that sometimes do come up, they probably have been asked, so hopefully I might answer some questions that are being asked in the background. But when you join a collection as a guest or a contributor, you can only edit and delete the items that you have added. So you as the owner of the collection, you don't have to worry about a contributor coming in and deleting anything that you've added or deleting something that maybe another student's added. The person, if you join as a contributor, you can only edit and delete your own items. And we are bringing out some new features pretty soon, some permissions features that will allow you as the owner to have more responsibility, and you can actually choose what people can do within the collection. So a few administrator rights and stuff like that. But that's coming a little bit in a month or so. So that's just to cover that base, because I know that question does get asked quite a lot. And then also just on collaboration, if you shared this link or this code to somebody, and you sort of didn't want them to sort of join the collection anymore, you wanted to sort of make this link expire, you can generate a new link or code. So as you can see here, if I click this code and link has now changed. So that link and code now has expired. So then you don't have to worry about maybe if someone's got hold of the link that you didn't want to, you can just refresh that. And then you can also delete people out of the collection who have joined as a contributor. So if you hit manage contributors here, you can see all of the people that have joined. If you wanted to remove someone, you just hit the remove button and then you can remove them straight away. Any questions on any of that so far, James?
I'm just going through a few questions now. One question has been asked, I think just the difference between the share and invite. That's come up a couple of times.
Yeah, so I'll just may as well just cover that again just before we jump into some of the examples. But yeah, if you make a collection and you just want people to share, you don't want people to add their own links in, you just hit the share button. And again, you might have been in the beginner's guide yesterday, and we talked about this, but you can share straight to classrooms, to teams, to social media. You can embed it onto into different LMS systems or your website, export as PDF. But if you wanted just to invite people to actually add their own links in, you'll hit the invite button, and that's where you'll share a different link. So this link is different to the shareable link, and this will basically act as an invite for them to join and contribute their own items. So hopefully that covered it again.
Perfect, thanks, Cal.
Any more you'd like me to cover?
No, that seemed to be just the trending one.
Okay, good. And yeah, but before I hand you back to James, I'll just go through a few basic examples of how this is being used. And like many ways in Wakelet, there is 100 ways that you can use this, but we could be talking here all night. So I'll just talk through just 3 examples here just to begin with, and I'm sure many ideas are going to be sparked from these examples. But just to start off with, Wakelet's been really useful for teachers to sort of for teachers to provide a place for students to submit their work. So in this example, Lisa has made a collection, and she's given the students some instructions of what their lesson is. So in this scenario, the students have to create posters using Adobe Spark. And Lisa's just basically made this collection, shared the shareable link, the invite link to the students. Once they finished that piece of work, they would then just go to that link, upload their work. Then all of that work that has been created by the students is all in one place, so Lisa can access this at any point. And it's just a really good way to display the students' work in a bit more of a visual way. So you can have a bit of a preview of what you're clicking on, and it gives the students a bit more flexibility of what the actual link displays as. So they created their own image on the cover. If they wanted to, they can add their own title and description. And it's also a really good way for all the students to actually look at other people's work and maybe peer review other people's work, which is really nice, just to keep everything in one place and in a visual way, and allowing other students to sort of see what other people in the class are doing. So that's just student sort of work submission. So that's a really nice use of Wakelet. A second one is sort of like a discussion board. So there's lots of different ways you can use Wakelet as a discussion board, whether that's maybe a book review, an entrance or exit ticket, maybe just sharing ideas. Obviously on Wakelet, you can actually add text to it within Wakelet collections. But just in this example, a book review here, Samantha's made this collection. She's invited, they've read a book in their class, and she's invited all the students to actually join this collection and add their own thoughts and their own sort of reviews on the book that they've read. And as you can see here, all these texts are added by different students. And that actually reminds me, one thing that I forgot to cover just earlier on is when we add the name onto the collection, only the people that are collaborating on that collection and the owner will be able to see the names of the person that's contributed that link. And we've just done that for now, just to keep the students sort of privacy. So we don't want maybe a teacher to share that publicly and then everybody can see the students' names and all that sort of stuff. So as you can see here, when I'm scrolling through, you won't be able to see the students' names on here. But if I'm Samantha and I'm looking at this, just underneath the item, you'll be able to see added by James, added by Callum, added by Sarah, and so on. And same with the students when they join this collection and view it. But yeah, really good for sort of book reviews and instant feedback from the students. So a really good way for Samantha to say, hey everyone, we've just learned about climate change. We watched all these videos. What did you like about the lesson? What did you learn? What would you like to learn about next time? It's just a really good way for the students to add all that feedback in straight away, and Samantha to read through that and maybe take some points which you can take into the next lesson. And then finally, just on the examples that I wanted to share today, is class research projects. So in this example, Mike, who's the teacher here, has split up the class into 7 different groups, and each group would take a different continent and do research, and then at the end of the research project, they would actually present back to the class. So in this example on Australia, there's a group of students here building this collection together. They've added in images, YouTube videos, research, their own notes, all different types of media within here. And it's just a really good way for students to build collections together, and then they can actually use this at the end of the lesson to present back to the class. And it's for sure better than reading out of a textbook, and it's a good way for students to practice collaboration, working together, and then presenting that as a team as well back to the class. But yeah, that's just the examples that I wanted to share. And if there's any questions, is there any questions, James, before I hand back to you, or all good?
Sorry, I was typing then. Yeah, there's been a few questions that have popped up. You've covered them, I think, just to reiterate, when someone's joining as a collaborator to collaborate on your collection and they're adding content. So they're joining as a contributor, and they are adding their own content. They can only edit and delete their own piece of content they've added. They cannot edit and delete other students. They can't edit and delete your work, just their own. I just wanted to reiterate that because that's been asked a couple of times, Callum. And then sorry, Callum, just another one. It's not really a question, but just on assignment submission, that can be anything, right? That they can submit.
Yeah, so it could be Google Docs, Adobe Spark. Maybe you've actually had the students make a Wakelet collection. Pretty much anything with a link that they generate, you can just add that in. It's just a really good way just to bring it all together. But yeah, and as James said, yeah, you can only edit and delete the items that you've added. And we are bringing out a few new features that will allow you as the owner to choose what people can actually do in the collection a little bit more as well. But yeah, I'll pass you back to James and I'll jump on the questions.
Yeah, just another question should come in right then. Students will see other students' work. Yes, exactly. For example, if they are making a presentation on Google Slides, as an example, you'd send them the collaboration code on Wakelet. They would join that as a contributor, as a collaborator, and then they would submit their Google Slide presentation to the teacher in that collection. Once they click done, that auto saves, of course. The teacher then has all the work in one place, which is really, really important. But, and the students can see the work from their peers. So they can actually click on them and view other presentations. But again, they cannot edit, they cannot delete that other work. So hopefully that answers Ashima's question. And you should also ask, can we hide it? So at the moment, no, you cannot hide other people's work. We believe in sharing is caring. So being able to kind of peer assess other students' work kind of helps them learn and grow as well. But it's something that we would consider in changing as well, having more customized options. So if that's something you'd like to see, please let us know. And yeah, we're open to that. Awesome. So yeah, Cal, there's a few questions coming through. If you could answer them as they come through, that'd be awesome. But yeah, so that's collaboration. That's one of the main things we focus on in this pro webinar, as it is a big part of Wakelet today. And a lot of features we're bringing out will help with collaboration in the future and make that even better for you to collaborate with your class, with your colleagues, and even with classrooms across the world as well. Especially with real time in now, you can just see updates in real time. Permissions are coming in soon, give you more admin rights and a lot more. So keep an eye on that. But another great feature on Wakelet, another key one we'd like to highlight, is being able to copy a collection. And I saw this question come up in the chat not too long ago. Copy collection is a really, really good way of using Wakelet. It really excels how you can actually use the platform. How it works, very simple, is I'll start a new collection for this to show you. So when you're creating a collection and you are done with it, for example, with my climate change one here, all you need to do to turn copy collection on is edit a collection. So I'll show you how it works and I'll show you an example. So go into edit collection and you'll see when you're editing at the top, it says enable copy here. So I turn this on, that now means that people can now copy my collection. So I can duplicate this collection of myself, or anyone who lands on this can copy that collection. Why is this important? Why is it good? Think of it kind of like Google Slides and Sheets. It just allows you and others to learn and copy from the original person. For example, with a teacher, you could create a list of resources for your colleagues. They could come along, copy that and have a new version that they can then edit, delete items out of, add to it. It's a brilliant way of scaffolding and using content to kind of learn. So once you've turned it on, so it's default off, go to edit collection, turn that on, and then you'll see a new button appears when you're viewing your collection, which is the copy button. All this does, if you click it, this will ask you to give this new copied collection a new title. So I'll just say new, go ahead and click copy. And now this will appear in my home area. So I'll just give it a quick refresh. So that will now appear in my home area with the new title. And this is a different collection now. So the content inside is the same at the minute, but that original collection will not be changed at all. I do not have edit access to it because I've not been invited as a collaborator. This is a totally different collection that I can now edit, delete, and add to. So this collection here, if it was a teacher's, I cannot do anything. This one here, now I can start making edits to it. So I'll see it inside of here. I can make, I could delete 5 resources out of it. I could add 10 of my own. I could edit some, add some text. do whatever you like. And like I said, for students and teachers, it's a brilliant way of scaffolding in the classroom. So as an example of what I'd like to show is, if I just go back a couple of seconds, is a brilliant way of using this this copy feature is for lesson plans or interactive lessons. So this is Bonnie's example that I pulled through, which she's an amazing Wakelet ambassador. Definitely check her out. Callum, if you could link this example in the chat, that'd be awesome. So what she does is she creates interactive lessons for her students. So inside of here is a quick overview. She obviously adds the cover image, the title and description. And then inside of here, she'll add content and instructions for the students. So she'll add a YouTube video inside of it, some text, which I'll cover in a second, some games, some articles and blogs, literally anything for them to get interactive with and learn about this biology topic. And then inside of here, you'll notice there's some fill in the blanks. So this comes in handy when copying the collection, because now when they copied it, like I said, this main version will not be edited or editable, but the new version they've copied will be. So what the students do is they come into this and Bonnie will say, please can everyone copy the collection right away. So what I'll do is go ahead and copy it as a student. I can rename this if I want to, click copy and head to, again, my home area. And obviously, again, as I showed you before, this will now appear inside of here. So as a student now, I have a copy of my teacher's collection, this interactive lesson. If I click into this, now you'll see I have the option to edit this collection, which means I can edit any of the content inside of here, add my own, and just like I showed you before, those fill in the blanks, they can actually interact now. So they can, first of all, with viewing it, when I scroll down the YouTube video, I can play that inside of my collection. So I can view the content first. So I can click into that and watch it like so. So the YouTube video pops up, embeds, I can watch it inside of here. Then for the fill in the blanks, they can go ahead and click edit collection. So I can click edit collection here. And like I said, this will edit this collection, not the original. So you can have 30 students with their own individual collections that are copied from your original. So inside of here, they can click edit on the notes and they can fill in the blanks and actually fill out this little worksheet inside of Wakelet. I don't know too much about this topic of biology. So for now, I'll just fill in some random text, click done, and you can see they've filled that out there. Again, they can go down and continue to watch and click through the games, fill out the fill in the blanks, the videos. Another one here, they can edit, add some text, and click done. But it's a brilliant way of just making your lesson interactive. With the content, it's interactive in itself, but being able to ask a question for them to fill out. So there could be a question in here in the note form. It could say, question 1, what is, and ... question mark. They could come inside of here with a question there, click edit, and then below, they could actually add their own answer and click done. So there's many ways you can do this, but the matter of the fact is, it allows you, or allows the students to copy your original collection, not make any edits to that original, but they can make as many edits as possible, and an interactive lesson is perfect to do so. One last thing on that, with the original collection, to view how many people have copied your collection, click the 3 dots, and you'll see here it says analytics. This is analytics for people who've copied your collection. So no one's copied this so far. This is the students version. But if you're in a class of 30, it will say 30 copies have been made. Here are the people who've copied them, their usernames. And the best thing yet, you will always get credit for your collection. So this could be a collection you share with your teachers, resources. People will always know what is the original collection. So it's created by Bonnie Neves. You click through to her profile. And then what collection was the original. So if I click here, copied from this collection by Bonnie Neves, click that, that'll go to the original always. So you can see here, it always credits the original user and always credits the collection you copied as well. So yeah, that is the copy collection feature. Callum, any questions on that?
Yeah, there's a few questions. A lot of it's around, do students need Wakelet accounts to be able to copy collections?
Very good question. Yes, they do need Wakelet accounts to copy. So that's the beauty of the collaboration aspect of Wakelet, is you don't need a Wakelet account to collaborate in one collection. But in the sense of copying a collection, yes, they must need a Wakelet account, perfect for teachers and for students who are 13 plus to do so. Awesome.
Yeah,
anything else, Callum?
Yeah, I think that's everything, I think. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, any questions that you do have, anyone, please just keep them coming. But without further ado, we'll go on to the third feature, which is Immersive Reader. And this is one of our favorites here at Wakelet. This transforms lessons quite literally. As an example, I'll go through to a newsletter here. So what Immersive Reader is, it's a Microsoft product, if you don't know, made by Microsoft, and it allows and gives you so many features, accessibility features, to make your classroom inclusive and your community really inclusive for everyone. As an example, I want to show you, it's a newsletter, but this works with any text that you add into a Wakelet account. So inside of here, if you add text to your Wakelet collection, you'll see there is a little icon on the left-hand side. This is the Immersive Reader icon. If I click on here, this gives me a whole host of accessibility, inclusive features, even translation features as well. So first of all, just go through screen by screen. It will bring the text into this Immersive Reader mode, which is kind of split up, no distractions, really nice and easy to view. And here at the bottom, you'll see a little play button. We can click play and read this aloud. So for anyone with any visual impairments in your class, they can select that. Sorry, it's still playing. Oh. Yeah, so with that, anyone with kind of visual impairments or anything, they can actually see and hear that text read aloud to them. So they can hear it when you click play, you can change the voice on that, the speed, and then you can go on to these amazing features here. So starting off with text preferences, again, for anyone with visual impairments maybe, or dyslexia, you can actually increase text size and make it more readable, make it easy to read. So we can actually reduce text size, make it bigger, like so. We can increase the spacing or decrease it. So for now, I'll keep it increased, change the font if you like, and also change the theme as well, make it easier on the eye for some people. The second one along is grammar options. Again, for any students that maybe English isn't their first language, or the content isn't their first language, or have dyslexia, this is perfect to keep them included in the conversation, in the content you are sharing. So inside of here, you can turn on syllables. So it'll split them up into syllables for them to look at. You can highlight parts of speech like nouns, verbs, adjective, adverbs, like so. This is really amazing for their learning. And last but not least, one of our favorite bits about this is you can actually translate this text into any language, which with the example I showed with the newsletters, allows anyone to view that content in their native language. So for newsletters, parents who do not speak English as their first language, you can translate to Hindi or Spanish, and then vice versa as well. If the content's in Spanish, they can translate that to English as well. So for now, we'll translate this English piece of text into, let's see what we can pick. We will go for, let's go for French. So inside of here, we can click French. We can either translate that one word, or we can translate the whole document. And again, we can click read aloud, and that'll read the whole paragraph to us. So again, perfect and amazing for keeping your community included in the conversation, and also your classroom as well, which is absolutely incredible. Then as another example, I want to show you, I'll just go through to another collection for this. That is text. That is showing you how you can actually translate text and use all those amazing accessibility and inclusive features on text. And again, what I want to show you is that this is available for anyone, even if they don't have a Wakelet account. So if you're sharing your collection with your class, with parents, they do not need a Wakelet account to click on that Immersive Reader. You don't need to download it. You don't need to install anything. That is automatically on every piece of text that you add into a Wakelet collection, and you can access using this button here. The other great thing I want to show you is that it's not just for text, it is also available on some articles. So on some articles that you add, for example, this BBC article, you'll hover over it and you'll see there is a little kind of document icon with a beta icon. So we're currently in beta mode, meaning it's not fully there yet, so it may not work for some articles, but for the majority it does. And if I click this, this will bring out that text from the article into this distraction-free zone. So again, perfect for anyone with any students or people with visual impairments, dyslexia, and this really allows them to feed on that content again and kind of be more included. So inside of here, it will pull through the text and the images. And again, distraction-free, no adverts on here, nothing to kind of shock them, no random colors, just plain white background with the simple text. And then at the top, just like Immersive Reader, the Immersive Reader is built directly into this as well. So if I click on this, now all of that amazing content from that article, I can now, again, highlight the syllables, I can read it aloud if I want to, and again, I can even translate that, which is perfect for Wakelet, is quite global. So we can actually share all this amazing content, whether it's Croatian or Spanish or English, and everyone can access this now because they can just translate it in 2 clicks of a button into their native language, so we can all access the same articles and content together, which is absolutely incredible, and we love it so much. So yeah, that's the example for that. And again, with the newsletters, it just allows people to who don't speak English in their first language to actually access all this content that's being shared in that wider community. So if you're creating newsletters on Wakelet, you're adding in text and content, no one's left out. You can actually send this home to parents who may not speak English as the first language, and they can read your amazing news in this newsletter. Callum, are there any questions on the Immersive Reader?
Nothing on the Immersive Reader that I can see. There's been quite a lot of questions on a few of the other features. One question is, how accurate is the translation? And
yeah, anything else?
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Okay, yeah, so with the accuracy of the translation, please try this out yourself and let us know if it's not. But it is 99.9% accurate. There's been a lot of people who've tested it now from Microsoft's side, and also with Wakelet and Wakelet users. And yes, it's pretty spot on. So if not, let us know and let Microsoft know, and that'll be changed. And someone's asked about Punjabi. I'm not too sure if Punjabi's on there. We can double check that. But there are I think over 80 languages now that you can translate to. So yeah, definitely check that out. Your language will probably be there. If not, get on the email to Microsoft and let them know that you wanted to see that language on there.
Yeah, and one more question was, obviously you were showing that you could translate the text. Someone was saying, can that text read aloud in that language? So yeah, you just change the language and you hit play, and that'll read it out. I think it's pretty much most of the languages, apart from 1 or 2, I think, has read aloud. So you just hit the play button, and it'll just read aloud in that language that you choose. So yeah.
And yes, as an example, Punjabi is on here. So let me just go ahead and click share again. Punjabi is on here, so that will delight a lot of people in the chat who are asking. So if you go to translate, you can see translate here, choose all these. I can click Punjabi, click document, and then it'll change to that like so. And Punjabi, you can't click play aloud, but with other languages, like Cam said, most of them you can click play. But as Microsoft evolved this product, Immersive Reader, that'll be brought into Wakelet as well. Awesome, Callum. So yeah, any questions that keep on coming through, just let me know. Without further ado, I think I'll go on to the last key feature, if that's all right.
Yep, that's good.
Yep, sounds good. So the last one is very, very simple. It is collections in collections. So if you didn't know already, when you're creating your amazing collections on Wakelet, do you know what? You can actually add them into other collections, create like a folder structure, if you will. So you create a collection of your favorite collections if you want to and share them out. Just allows you to share those collections really nice and easy. Why would you do that is a question people ask. Well, I'll show you now. So this is Brandy Reams. She creates e-learning Wakelets by week, especially in this remote learning period, on different days, different subjects. And she creates them, like I say, every single day. So now there's a lot of them. And she found it easier than having it on her public profile for people to kind of look through. Even in sections, it's quite hard to look through them all. But in a collection, she can split them up by adding some text for week 1, add in the 5 or 6 collections she has, week 2, collections here, week 3, and so on. And this is so simple to do. As an example, just as one of the collections she has in here, if I click that, I'll go to another collection. Inside of here, she's added in games, YouTube videos, articles, resources for the kids to learn at home with their parents during this remote learning period. And yeah, she just found it really, really simple to just copy and paste this top URL into a collection to make a Wake collection of Wakelet collections, kind of like a super Wakelet collection, if you will. And I know Callum and a few other people start calling it a ripple, because a little ripple effect of adding collections and collections. Very simple. All you need to do is just grab the top URL, click copy on that. So click copy, and then go to Wakelet and click paste. So inside this collection here, I'll go to home, create a new collection, just show how easy it is. Just as you would paste any URL from the web, This is another right URL from the web. Click paste, and that will appear like so in a nice big card. And if you want to, you can edit and let people know a bit more about this collection here, like so. So that is collections in a collection. Very, very short intro to this. It kind of explains itself. Simply copy and paste that collection into another collection and create some sort of folder structure, easy share, and organize that information with whoever you like. Any questions on that, Callum? I have a feeling there won't be.
I don't think there is. Let me just read this one. It says, sure. Do the collections which are copied into a collection still appear on her main homepage, or can they be hidden? I think throughout the webinar, there has been quite a lot of questions about the copying feature. I didn't know if that was in relation to what you were just talking about then. So don't know if you want to answer.
Was that collections with, so can you repeat that? Was that collections in a collection or copy?
No, I think that's to do with copy. I thought it was collections.
Oh.
We can maybe cover that at the end if you have time again.
Yeah, well, I'll try and fit that in. Yeah, with the copy collection feature, they can be unlisted or public. So if it's public, that will go into their public profile, but they can change that setting because it's their own collection now. Unlisted, that'll just go into their home area. And of course, unlisted collections do not appear on your public profile. Anything else, Callum?
No, go ahead.
No, perfect. So the next bit we'd like to show is a few integrations. I'll kind of like just quickly touch on them. Sorry, just go to the next slide there. So inside of Wakelet, we try to make it super, super easy to integrate with your favorite apps. You've probably seen a lot in the beginner's guide. We showed you through how you can upload your Google Drive documents inside of a collection, your OneDrive documents inside a collection. Flipgrid video, we went over that yesterday, so we won't go over that too much today. But this just allows you to upload video and record video in your collection. We went over how you can share Wakelet to Twitter, Remind, Google Classroom, and Teams. You can use Screencastify of Wakelet. You can use Immersive Reader down here, a whole host of things. And the reason for this is we truly believe that we can make a super platform, a great platform, whilst using the other apps inside of it as well. So we don't want to do it all at Wakelet. We know that we have some amazing partners, amazing companies out there that do some pretty awesome tools. So we've partnered with them, integrated them to make them super simple for you to use and fit into your workflows as well. And just on this point as well, we didn't think of all of these integrations. These mostly came from the community. So please let us know what you're using at the minute, if it's an edtech tool or not, how we can make it super easy for you to either share your collection with people or make adding content easier to your collections. Let us know, and we're happy to partner with that company and create an amazing integration. So these are just a few. If you have any questions on this, please let us know. We can send some documents across. However, if you do a simple search onto, say, YouTube or our help center, you will find how you can use Wakelet with your favorite apps that are listed on this screen. But yeah, Callum, I think just because we've got 10 minutes left, would you like to go through the wonders of the Wakelet extension?
Sure, I sure would love to do that.
Yeah, sounds good. Just quickly with the extension, you can actually get that on Firefox, Chrome, and Edge, as you can see on screen. So just simply go to your store and you can install it there, and Callum will probably show you how that works now, actually.
And James, for some reason, the Q&A box is not working on mine, so I don't know if there's some questions in there that need answering. Okay,
I'll take a look. Cheers.
Thank you. So yeah, as James mentioned, we have a Wakelet extension, which is available in Chrome, Firefox, and Edge. And just to show you how you might want to get that on Chrome if you're a Chrome user, just go to that relevant browser store. So I can just go to Chrome store here, for example, head over to the store, type in Wakelet. So let me just, where's the search bar? So I can just type in Wakelet here. And this will be the same for Edge and Firefox. Once I find this, I've already downloaded it. So it just allows me to rate it there. But if I go in here, I can actually add this to my browser. And once I've added this to my browser, you'll see if you look up in the top right-hand corner, there's a Wakelet W. And that's what shows once you've sort of added Wakelet to your browser. But if you would, just to show you how this works, there's a few different ways that this really does make your use of Wakelet so much more easier to use. It's simple, speeds up the process of curation. Many of you might have created collections before. You go to the website, you copy it, you go to Wakelet, you paste it in, and there's that whole process. But this does really, really make that process a lot quicker. So just to show you how that works, I have this YouTube video. I really want to save it to my Wakelet collection. And with the extension, all I need to do is hit that extension button there. And it'll come up with the option to select where I would like to save it to in Wakelet. So as you can see on the left-hand side, I can actually customize this link before I add it in. So maybe I don't want any of that text. I want to customize any of this. I can do that right within the browser extension. And then I can actually create a new collection, add that link into there. I can add it to an existing collection, into my bookmarks, and maybe even add it into a group collection that I'm sort of collaborating on with other people. But yeah, a few other ways that you can use the extension includes on Twitter. So if I just go to Twitter real quick, once it loads, I know a lot of people do use Twitter as a source of ideas and connecting with other educators around the world. And it's obviously Twitter moves really, really quickly, and sometimes it's easy to lose some of the content that's on there. But for example, if I see this tweet in this right here, and I want to save this, all I have to do is hit the Wakelet W, and you'll see, if you can see this on screen, there's a little W next to this sort of like share to button. And this automatically appears as soon as you download the extension. So if I hit this W now, again, this will work in a very similar way. It'll open up the extension, and I can select where I'd like to add it into. So that's really cool that we've integrated that with Twitter. So again, scrolling through your feed, see something you like, you save that straight to Wakelet. We also have sort of right-click to save functionality as well. So let me just go on here. Say, for example, you can see this is a link to somewhere else. If you're maybe seeing an email or a blog post and you see a hyperlink within the text and you want to save that really quickly, all you have to do is right click on it, and then you can save that straight to Wakelet. Again, very similar way. You just save to Wakelet, open up, and you can select where you'd like to add it to. So that's really good when I maybe looking through an article, I want to save that link that's in there straight away, save straight to Wakelet. We also have this other functionality, which is optional, and I'll just turn this on because I've got it turned off at the moment, and I'll show you how to turn it on and off again. But this is optional, and this is the Wakelet new tab. So as you can see, I have all of these tabs open at the top. I'm a tabaholic, not afraid to admit it, but this new feature that we have really does help me sort of curate all these tabs that I have open in one simple swoop. But if I have this feature enabled and I hit new tab here, Wakelet basically takes over your new tab. So rather than having maybe Google or Edge or whatever you use, Wakelet will then become your default new tab. And as you can see, all of these tabs that I have open in the top now appear down this right-hand column. And I can actually create a collection out of these open tabs and then put them straight into a collection. So maybe I have all of these resources open that are related to my lesson that I'm going to teach tomorrow. I can create all of them, put them in a collection so they're safe and sound, and then tidy up my my tabs that I have open at the top. I can also drag and drop these items into collections. So maybe I want to add this into this Wakelet Wave collection. I can just drag and drop that where I want it, or maybe into my bookmarks. I can do that very simply and easily. And it's also just a good way to sort of access the collections really quickly. So maybe you have this how to use Wakelet collection here and you use it every single day. Maybe it's a collection of all the resources that you use like weekly or daily. You want to access it really quickly. Just hit that and it'll take you straight to the collection. But I'd say this feature is a little bit like Marmite. Some people really do love it. Some people would prefer to have their like the default browser to be Google or whatever that might be. For me personally, I like to turn it off and on when I need it. So if you would like to turn this off, all you need to do is right click on the W in the top corner here, the browser bar here. If I hit the right click this and I go to options, I will then be able to just be served with this screen and I can just turn that off. So now when I go and hit the new tab, this will just open back up to my new tab. And again, turn that back on, right click, go to options and toggle that back on. But yeah, I think that's everything with the extension.
Yeah, and just to kind of go over what Callum said, the extension really kind of enhances and changes the Wakelet experience. We made it as simple as possible to simply copy and paste a link into Wakelet, and those integrations that we showed kind of briefly today and on the beginner's guide, They help you add content much faster. But as Callum showed you, being able to add content while you're still browsing is a game changer. Whether that's YouTube video, especially for Twitter, and that's the same on the phone, right, Cal?
Yeah. So we also have an iOS and Android app. So I know a lot of people are not always on the computer. Maybe they once they've sort of finished using it, they want to break from it. But the phone's a really good way to sort of access the collections that you've already made. Maybe you've made one for the lesson. You want to quickly have a look at that and make sure everything's safe and sound before the lesson. You can just check that on your phone. Or maybe if you're on Twitter or you're browsing when you're commuting or going for a walk or just sitting at home, you can save links that you see straight to your collections without ever having to go to the Wakelet on the web. And that's same with the extension. A lot of the times you don't actually have to go to Wakelet to update. Maybe you have a Wakelet collection embedded into your LMS system or wherever that might be. When you update it with the extension, that'll just automatically update wherever that's embedded as well. So that's great for when you embed Wakelet collections in different areas.
Yeah, super easy. Sadly, we're coming up to the end of this webinar. It's gone really fast. It feels today, Cal.
Yeah.
But we always want to invite you. We always want to push towards the community because it is such an amazing place. So me and Callum and the team invite you to join the Wakelet community if you haven't already. It's a global movement. You can help and join people riding the Wakelet wave with us. And now you're Wakelet pros, you'll be doing some cool tricks on those waves. So yeah, joining the community is an amazing place to start, at least with the community. But as I mentioned before, with those integrations we have with Google Drive, Immersive Reader, those integrations come from you, the people, the community. We wish we could say we made them all up and we decided to integrate ourselves. We didn't. We're not educators ourselves, if you didn't know. So you're using Wakelet every single day with your students, for yourself, for your colleagues. So you know Wakelet more than we do. So please let us know how we can enhance your experience. Again, that could be an app you use, a tool you use that we could integrate with. It could be even just a slight little change to make your experience better. Please do join the community and let us know and have a say in creating this product with us. You also join a global community to collaborate with, exchange ideas with, and you can also get your hands on some amazing Wakelet swag. I would show you, but I'm wearing a jumper. Some amazing Wakelet swag we hand out all the time as a thank you for your help and support. The levels to just to explain them, first level is becoming a community member, so becoming a part of the community, this global movement. You get to test all the new features that are coming out before anyone else, especially right now. It's hot to join. We're getting a lot of people joining for the fact that we have a lot of features coming out before the school year, whether that's new languages, permissions, a lot to do with collaboration as well. Join us in this kind of journey with us and help us test these new features before anyone else and get your hands on them. You also get information and access behind the scenes before anyone else as well. And again, some amazing swag to say thank you. The second level though, if you are up for the challenge of helping people ride the Wakelet wave too, if you're looking to host training sessions and webinars for people, then you must become a Wakelet ambassador. To do so, you need to be in the community, then you can apply to be an ambassador through we have a process. It's quite strict, so make sure you show us exactly what you're doing to become a Wakelet ambassador. But as a part of being that, you get special training, you get online recognition, and the Wakelet goodies improve. When you're hosting a session, we'll send you a whole box of swag for you then to hand out to your colleagues and your community and your students too. So yeah, please join us in this journey, in this movement, and help shape the platform that you're using every single day.
And just to add on to that, James, as you were speaking, there was a few questions about how do we get updated about the other webinars that we run. At the moment, we have all the webinars that we're running on a blog post. So James, I think James already added that in. Have you already?
I'll share it right now.
Yeah, if you could share that in. We are making it easier for you to discover all the webinars that we're running. So we are bringing in an area on Wakelet where you can access training resources. We're bringing out a new pro badge, webinars. Everything is going to be there, so it's easier for you to access. At the moment, just head to the blog post and then you can see all the upcoming webinars. And we also, for those of you, maybe some of you here attended the Wakelet Community Week. We ran lots of webinars during a week. We had 15 webinars, which were on how to use it as a librarian, how to use it as an instructional coach with your students, as a teacher, all these different things. And these were webinars run by teachers for teachers. So these are really, really great webinars for you to check out to learn how other people are using it and gather some ideas. So I think James has already well, James can link that in the description as well for you to check out and watch them. So they're all on YouTube, available for everybody as well.
Awesome. Just answering a few questions right now. But yeah, just for everyone that's asking, I forgot to mention actually how you can join the Wakelet community. So you just go to community.wakelet.com. That's in the chat right now. Please join us, like I said, on this fantastic journey we're on in making this amazing platform for yourself and your students. For this session, I know we've shared a lot of resources, we've shared a lot of ideas, so hopefully you've got all this inspiration and ideas to take away. Please share with us on Twitter using the hashtag WakeletWave at Wakelet what your favorite feature was, what your favorite integration was that you saw, or your favorite example, and what you took away from this session, because that's the main thing for us. We just want you to at least take one thing away from this session, and we want to know what that is. As a part of this, we'll share all those resources with you via email with your certificate of attendance. That's just a little thank you from us with the certificate there. But yeah, all the resources, we shared quite a lot of examples, didn't we, Callum? So the recording will be in there. There will be some resource examples as well, and some extra resources too. And again, along with your certificate as well. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be too many questions coming through. So we just want to thank you for joining us today. From myself, Callum, the Wakelet team. It's been a really fun session for us doing the Wakelet Pro Surfer webinar. Hopefully, like I said, you took at least one thing away from this, if not multiple. Hopefully you have. And yeah, just a massive thank you for joining us, taking an hour out of your day to learn more about Wakelet. Callum, anything from you?
Yeah, as James said, we're very open to user feedback. I'm a part of the product team here, so please get in touch with me. If James, you could add my email in there as well. Please let us know if you're new to Wakelet, let us know if there's anything that you found a little bit difficult, anything that would improve your workflow, or if there's any other features that you'd like to see, like any integrations, anything like that, please let us know. Like we've been sort of breadcrumbing throughout the session, we are going to be releasing lots of features before the school year to do with collaboration, languages, some design changes just to make the flows a little bit better for everybody to understand. So yeah, please let us know. As soon as you see something, let us know straight away. And we're always all ears to all feedback from anybody. Exactly.
I couldn't say it any better, Callum. So yeah, thank you everyone. We'll keep the chat open for another 5 or 10 minutes so you can just grab any comments or resources. But again, we'll share them with you in the next 30 minutes, an hour. And again, just a massive thank you from all here at Wakelet. And yeah, hopefully we'll see you in future webinars. So yeah, thank you. Stay safe.